progress report says we are at stage 5, paragraph page 316. Oh, just at the beginning.
Yes.
And the last headword was midnight, newer type of lesson. Okay, so let's have
Okay.
our revision ready.
Yes.
Here we go. Is it probable that it will snow next summer? Is it probable that it will snow next summer? No, it
No,
isn't
it
probable
isn't
that it
probable
will snow
that it
next
will
summer.
snow next
It's
summer.
very improbable.
It's very improbable.
Very good. Are you probably going to finish all of the stages of the Callan method? Are you probably going to finish all of the stages of the Callan method? Yes or no?
Yes,
I'm
I'm
probably going
probably,
to finish
going to
all
finish
of the stages
all of the
of the
stages
Callan method.
of the current method.
Very good. Okay. When do we use the first conditional? When do we use the first conditional? We use
We
the
use
first
the
conditional
first
to
conditional
communicate
to
that we
communicate
think
that
something
we think
is a
something.
real
It's
possibility.
a real possibility.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. If he sees
If
his
he
friend,
sees his
he will
friend,
say hello.
he will say hello.
Very good. When do we use the second conditional? When do we use the second conditional? We use the
We use
second
the
conditional
second
to
conditional
communicate
to
that we
communicate
are
that
only
we are
imagining
only
something.
imagining something.
Give me an example. Give me some examples, please. If she went
If
to the
she
North
went
Pole,
to the North
she
Pole,
would feel very
she
cold.
would feel very cold.
If they were stronger,
If they were
they
stronger,
would be able
they would
to
be
lift the
able to
table.
lift the table.
Where if you feel tired tonight, would you go to bed early? If you feel tired tonight, would you go to bed early? Yes. If
Yes,
I feel
if I
tired
feel
tonight,
tired
I
tonight,
will go
I
to
will
bed
go to
early.
bed early.
If you felt ill tomorrow, would you go out? If you felt ill tomorrow, would you go out? No. If
No,
I felt
if
ill
I felt
tomorrow,
ill
I
tomorrow,
wouldn't go
I
out.
wouldn't go
I
out.
would stay at
I
home.
would stay at home.
Wait, if you study hard, will you learn to speak English well? If you study hard, will you learn to speak English well? Yes. If I
Yes,
study
if I
hard,
study
I will
hard,
learn to
I will
speak
learn
English
to
well.
speak English well.
Wait, if you stop studying, would your English get better? If you stop studying, would your English get better? No. If I
No,
stop
if I
studying,
stopped
my
studying,
English
my
wouldn't
English
get better.
wouldn't get
It
better.
would get
It
worse.
would get worse.
Wait, if you had 1 million pounds, what would you buy? If you had 1 million pounds, what would you buy? If I had
If I
one
had
million
one
pounds,
million
I would
pounds,
buy.
I would buy a car.
Very good. If you came here next Sunday, would you be able to have a lesson? If you came here next Sunday, would you be able to have a lesson? No. If I
No,
came
if
here
I
next
came here
Sunday,
next
I
Sunday,
wouldn't be able
I
to
wouldn't
have
be
a
able
lesson.
to have a lesson
Why not? Why not? Because the school
because
is
the
closed
school is
on
closed
Sundays.
on Sundays.
If you swam in the sea in the middle of winter, would you find the water warm? If you swam in the sea in the middle of winter, would you find the water warm? No. If I
No,
swam
if
in the
I
sea
swam in the
in the
sea
middle of
in the
winter,
middle of
I
winter,
wouldn't find
I
the
wouldn't
water
find
warm.
the water
I
warm.
would find it
I
cold.
would find it cold.
Wait, if you go on holiday next year, where will you go? If you go on holiday next year, where will you go? If I go on
If I
holiday
go
next
on
year,
holiday next
I will
year,
go to
I will go to Hokkaido.
very good. If you found something in the street worth a lot of money, would you keep it or would you take it to the police station? If you found something in the street worth a lot of money, would you keep it or would you take it to the police station? If I found
If I
something
found
in the
something
street
in the
worth
street
a lot of
worth
money,
a lot of
I
money,
would take it
I would
to the
take
police
it to the
station.
police station.
Very good. If you sent a letter and forgot to put the address on it, would it arrive? If you sent a letter and forgot to put the address on it, would it arrive? No. If I
No,
sent a
if I
letter
sent a
and
letter
forgot to put
and
the
forgot
address
to
on it,
put the address on
it
it,
wouldn't arrive.
it wouldn't arrive.
Very good. Okay, next. Do you prefer chatting with your friends on the phone or online? Do you prefer chatting with your friends on the phone or online? I prefer
I
chatting with
prefer
my
chatting
friends.
with my friends online
Very good. Why? Why? Because?
because it's more convenient.
Very good. That's correct. How often do you go online to look at your email? How often do you go online to look at your email? I go
I
online
go online
how many times?
3 times
A day to
a
look at
day
my email.
to look at my email.
Very good. Do you notice anything different about the classroom today? Do you notice anything different about the classroom today? Yes or no?
No,
I don't
I
notice
don't notice
anything different
anything
about the
different
classroom
about the
today.
classroom today.
What's the first thing you notice about people when you meet them for the first time? What's the first thing you notice about people when you meet them for the first time? The first thing I
The first
notice
thing
about
I
people
notice about
when I
people
meet them for the
when I
first
meet them
time
for the first time
is
is face,
their face.
their face.
Very good. Are most people busy on Sunday? Are most people busy on Sunday? No, most
No,
people
most
aren't
people
busy on
aren't
Sunday.
busy on
They're
Sunday.
free.
They're free.
What do we mean by a free meal? What do we mean by a free meal? By a free meal,
By a free
we
meal,
mean
we
that we
mean
don't have to
that
pay
we
for
don't
it.
have to pay for it.
Wait, do you believe that the best things in life are free? Do you believe that the best things in life are free? Yes or no?
Yes,
I believe that
I
the
believe
best
that
things in life
the best things in life
are free.
are free.
Very good. Is the book standing on the table? Oh, are the books standing on the table? Are the books standing on the table? No, the
No,
books aren't
the books
standing on the
aren't
table.
standing on the table.
They're lying on
They
the
are
table.
lying on the table.
Is it more comfortable to sleep lying down or sitting up? Is it more comfortable to sleep lying down or sitting up? It's more
It's more
comfortable to
comfortable
sleep lying
to
down
sleep
than
lying
sitting
down
up.
than sitting up.
Do you find it comfortable to sleep without a pillow? Do you find it comfortable to sleep without a pillow? Yes or no?
No,
I don't find it
I don't find
comfortable
it
to
comfortable
sleep
to
without a
sleep
pillow.
without a
I find
pillow.
it
I find
uncomfortable.
it uncomfortable.
Very good. Okay. Do you usually go to sleep before midnight? Do you usually go to sleep before midnight? Yes or no?
No,
I don't
I
usually
don't
go to sleep
usually go to
before
sleep
midnight.
before midnight.
Do you generally wake up early? Do you generally wake up early? Yes or no?
No, I don't
Wake up
generally
early.
wake up early.
What are the three forms of wake up? What are the three forms of wake up? The three forms
The three
of wake
forms
up
of the
are
wake
wake up,
up are wake up,
woken
woke
up.
up, woken up.
Very good. What was the first thing you saw when you woke up today? What was the first thing you saw when you woke up today? The first thing I
The
saw
first thing
when I
I
woke
saw
up today
I woke up today
was
was
when you woke up, when you open your eyes, what was the first thing you saw? The ceiling, the window,
the ceiling.
the ceiling, just like me. Okay, next. Have you ever woken up too late to go to work? Have you ever woken up too late to go to work? Yes or no?
No,
I've never
I've
woken up too
never
late
woken up too
to go
late
to work.
to go to work.
Very good. Okay, so that's the end of our revision. Let's have new work. Okay, repeat through,
Through,
button,
bottom,
buttonhole.
buttonhole.
Very good. Okay, listen. Through is a preposition. It means from one side and out the other side. For example, if I look through my bedroom window, I see some trees. Button is a noun. Okay, for example, these are buttons, like buttons. Buttonhole is a noun. It is the hole through which buttons are pushed. For example, this is the buttonhole, where the button goes through. Okay, so let's practice. Okay, so what is he doing? What is he doing? He's putting his pen
He's putting his
through
pen
the buttonhole
through the
in his
buttonhole
shirt.
in his shirt.
Very good. When you look through your bedroom window, what do you see? When you look through your bedroom window, what do you see? When I look
When
through
I
my
look
bedroom
through
window,
my bedroom
I
window,
see
I see
some
the
what?
tree,
Some
some
trees.
trees.
Very good. If you went from London to Rome, which cities would you perhaps have to go through? If you went from London to Rome, which cities would you perhaps have to go through? If I went
If
from
I
London
went
to Rome,
from London to
I
Rome,
would perhaps
I would
have to go
perhaps
through
have to go through
Paris, Milan,
Paris,
etc.
Milan, etc.
Very good. Let's repeat career.
Career.
Very good. Okay, listen. Career is a noun. It also means job. For example, Teacher, doctor, engineer, army are careers. Most people don't like a career in the army because it's risky and dangerous. Let's practice. Would you like a career in the army? Would you like a career in the army? Yes or no?
No,
I wouldn't
I
like a
wouldn't
career
like
in the
a
army.
career in the army.
Very good. Let's repeat. Cross.
Cross,
Crossroad.
crossroad,
Test.
test,
Very good. Okay, listen. Cross is a noun. For example, uh, this is a cross. Okay. We can also use a cross when something is incorrect. Crossroad is a noun. For example, there are some crossroads at the end of the street where I live. Test. The word test is a noun. For example, when a teacher puts a cross before or next to an answer in a written exam or test, it means the answer is wrong. Okay, so let's practice. What's this? What's this? It's a
it's
cross.
a cross.
When a teacher puts a cross next to an answer in a written test, what does it mean? When a teacher puts a cross next to an answer in a written test, what does it mean? When a teacher
When the
puts a
teacher
cross
puts a
next to an
cross
answer
next to an answer
in a written test,
in a
it
written
means
test,
the
it
answer is
means
wrong.
the answer is wrong.
But are there any crossroads at the end of the street where you live? Are there any crossroads at the end of the street where you live? Yes or no?
Yes,
There are
there are
some
some
crossroads at the
crossroads
end of the
at the
street
end of the
where I
street
live.
where I live.
Very good. Next, repeat. Danger.
Danger,
Dangerous.
dangerous,
Dangerously.
dangerously,
Alcohol.
alcohol,
Detective.
detective,
Very good. Okay, listen. Danger. The word danger is a noun. It is something or someone that can be bad for someone or something. For example, we use the color red for danger. Dangerous is an adjective. It means unsafe, threatening, or unpleasant problems. For example, a dangerous person, a dangerous animal, a dangerous thing, or a dangerous activity could harm you. Dangerously is an adverb. It means in a way that is dangerous. For example, she drives dangerously. Alcohol is a noun. It is a liquid that is produced in making wine, beer, whiskey, etc. For example, it's dangerous to drive after drinking alcohol. Detective is a noun. It means a police officer whose occupation is to study and solve crimes. For example, Detective Conan, Sherlock Holmes, etc. Okay, let's practice. What color do we use for danger? What color do we use for danger? We use red
we use
for
red
danger.
for danger.
Is it dangerous to drive after drinking alcohol? Is it dangerous to drive after drinking alcohol? Yes, it's
Yes,
dangerous
it's
to drive
dangerous to
after
drive
drinking
after
alcohol.
drinking alcohol.
Very good. Would you like to live dangerously like a detective, somebody like Sherlock Holmes, for example? Would you like to live dangerously like a detective, somebody like Sherlock Holmes, for example? Yes or no?
No,
I wouldn't
I
like to
wouldn't
live
like to live
dangerously like a
dangerously
detective,
like a
somebody
detective,
like Sherlock
somebody like
Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Very good. Thanks. Repeat. Should.
Stood,
One more. Should.
should,
Obligation.
obligation,
Alternative.
alternative,
Ambulance.
ambulance,
Very good. Okay, listen. The word should is a verb, while obligation is a noun. Obligation is something that you must do. For example, as a student, you have an obligation to study. It's my obligation to teach because I'm the teacher. Alternative is a noun. It means option or choice. Alternative, option, choice. Ambulance is a noun. For example, when somebody is ill, we should immediately call an ambulance. The sentence I must study and I should study are not the same. The first sentence, I must study, means that I have an obligation to study. I have no alternative. The second sentence, I should study, means that I have alternatives. I can go to the cinema if I like, or for a walk at the park. But studying is the right thing for me to do. It means the best idea is to study. I should study. Let's practice. What's the difference between these two sentences? I must study and I should study. What's the difference between those two sentences? I must study and I should study. The difference
The
between
difference
those
between
two
those two
sentences is that
sentences
I must
is
study
that I
means
must study
that I
means
have no
that I have no
alternatives,
alternatives,
whereas I should
whereas
study
I
means
should
I
study
have
means I
alternatives,
have
but that
alternatives,
studying
but the
is the
studying
right thing
is the
for me
right
to
thing
do,
to me to do
for me to do,
for
for me
for,
to do.
for me to do.
Very good. One more. The difference between
The difference
those two
between those
sentences
two
is that
sentences
I must
is
study
that I
means
must study
that I
means
have no
that I have
alternative,
no alternative,
whereas I should
whereas
study
I
means
should study
I have
means I
alternatives,
have
but
alternatives,
that studying
but that
is the right
studying is
thing
the
for
right
me
thing
to
for
do.
me to do.
Excellent. How do we translate I must study in Japanese? How do we translate I must study in Japanese? We translate
We
I must
translate
study
I
with
must study with
私は勉強
私は勉強しなければいけない
with
in
in Japanese.
within Japanese.
And how do you translate I should study in Japanese? And how do we translate I should study in Japanese? We translate
We
I should
translate
study
I
with
should study with
私は勉強
私は勉強すべき
should be very good. Okay. Sounds right. Okay, next very good. Do you think people should be more polite in the shops and streets? Do you think people should be more polite in the shops and streets? Yes, I think
Yes,
people
I think
should be more
people
polite
could be more
in the
polite
shops and
in
streets.
shops and street
And streets.
and street.
Very good. Do you agree that students should study hard? Do you agree that students should study hard? Yes, I
Yes,
agree
I
that
agree.
students
The
should
students
study hard.
should study hard.
Do you agree that young people should help the old? Do you agree that young people should help the old? Yes, I
Yes,
agree
I
that young
agree
people
that young
should
people
help the
should
old.
help the old.
Very good. What should we do when somebody's dangerously ill? What should we do when somebody's dangerously ill? When somebody
When
is
somebody
dangerously
is
ill,
dangerously
we
ill,
should
we
immediately
should immediately
call an
call
ambulance.
an ambulance.
Very good. What do you think you should do if you want to make a lot of money? What do you think you should do if you want to make a lot of money? If you want to
If you
make
want
a lot of
to
money,
make a lot of
I
money,
think you should
I think
work
you
hard.
should
You should work hard.
work hard.
Very good. Next, repeat. Correct.
Correct
Grammatical.
grammatical
One more. Grammatical.
grammatical.
Very good. Okay, listen. Correct is a verb. It means to make something right. For example, when you make mistakes in your Callan lesson, the teacher corrects them. Grammatical is an adjective. It means relating to grammar. For example, in a Callan method lesson, the teacher corrects your grammatical mistakes. Let's practice. Do you correct your dictations during the lesson? Do you correct your dictations during the lesson? Yes or no?
No,
I don't correct
I don't
my
correct
dictations
my
during the
dictations
lesson.
during the
I
lesson.
correct them
I
after
correct
the
them
lesson.
after the lesson.
Very good. In a Callan method lesson, does the teacher correct your grammatical mistakes? In a Callan method lesson, does the teacher correct your grammatical mistakes? Yes. In
Yes,
a Callan
in a
method
current
lesson,
method lesson,
the teacher
the
corrects
teacher
my
corrects
grammatical
my
mistakes.
grammatical mistakes.
How can we correct our mistakes in our pronunciation? How can we correct our mistakes in our pronunciation? We can correct
We can
our
correct
mistakes
our
in our
mistakes
pronunciation
in our
by
pronunciation
listening and
by
speaking
listening and
as much
speaking
as possible.
as much as possible.
Very good. Next, repeat. Problem,
Problem,
cause,
cause,
colleague,
colleague,
boss,
boss,
freedom,
freedom,
justice.
justice.
Very good. Okay, listen. Problem is a noun. Problem means something that causes difficulty or that is hard to deal with. Cause is a verb. It means to make something, especially something bad, happen. For example, smoking can cause health problems. Cause can also be a noun. It means the reason why something happens, especially something bad. Colleague is a noun. Colleague is a person that you work with, like a workmate. Boss is a noun. Boss is the head of your office or the person in charge of a company, a manager, or etc. For example, if I have a problem with a colleague at work, I should speak to my boss about it. Freedom, the word freedom is a noun. It means the condition or right of being free. For example, in the past, people fought to be free from their countries, from other countries. They fought for freedom. Justice is a noun. It is the condition of being just or fair. For example, in history, many people have died for the causes of freedom and justice. Let's practice. If you have a problem with a colleague at work, should you speak to your boss about it? If you have a problem with a colleague at work, should you speak to your boss about it? Yes or no?
Yes.
If I have a
If I
problem
have a
with a
problem
colleague at
with a
work,
colleague at
I
work,
should speak
I
to my
should
boss
speak
about
to
it.
my boss about it.
Reggie, can smoking cause health problems? Can smoking cause health problems? Yes,
Yes,
smoking can
smoking
cause
can cause
health problems.
health problems.
Right? In history, have many people died for the causes of freedom and justice? In history, have many people died for the causes of freedom and justice? Yes. In
Yes,
history,
in
many
history,
people have
many
died
people have
for the
died
causes
for
of
the
freedom
causes
and
of
justice.
freedom and justice.
Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to reading. Okay, our reading is at stage 3, paragraph page 191. Last headword was increase. Okay, start with headword battle, war.
uh, Battle, war. Are there a lot of battles in a war? Yes, there are a lot of battles in a war. Were there a lot of battles in Europe during the Second World War? Yes, there were a lot of battles in Europe during the Second World War. Over, contact, object. Where's my left hand? Your left hand over the table. Where's my right hand? Your right hand's over the pen. Where's my Where's my left hand now? Your left hand's on the table now. Where's my right hand now? Your right hand's over the pen now. Why do we say my left hand is on the table but my right hand is over the pen? We say your left hand is on the table but your right hand is over the pen because your left hand is not covering the table completely, whereas your right hand is covering the pen completely. What's over our heads? The ceiling, the ceilings over our heads. What's over this building? The sky's over this building. Put your right hand over your pen. What's what's
What
he
he
doing?
doing? He's
He's putting his right hand over his pen. Put your right hand over your mouth. Where's his right hand? His right hand is over his mouth.
mhm.
Idea. Do you think it's a bad idea to go to England if you want to learn English well? No, I don't think it's a bad idea to go to England if I want to learn English well. I think it's a good idea.
Mhm.
Do you think it's a good idea to learn some English before going to England? Yes, I think it's a good idea to learn some English before going to England. Often, really. Theater. Does it often snow in the warm countries of the world? No, it doesn't often snow in the warm countries of the world. It rarely snows in the warm countries of the world. Is it very often cold in Africa? No, it isn't very often cold in Africa. It's very rarely cold in Africa. Do you often go to the theater? No, I don't often go to the theater. I rarely go to the theater. Does the sun often shine in the north of Europe in winter? No, the sun doesn't often shine in the north of Europe in winter. It rarely shines. Understand exactly. I am sorry. Do you understand two people when they speak very quickly in English? No, I don't understand two people when they speak very quickly in English. Do you understand everything I say during the lesson? No, I don't understand everything you say during the lesson, but I understand nearly everything you say. If the first time you don't understand a question the teacher asks me you, what must you do? If you the first time I don't understand a question the teacher asks me, I must ask him to repeat it. What exactly do you say to him? I say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I don't understand the question. Will you repeat it, please?
Very good. Okay, so we stop there for today, but excellent practice.